Welcome back.
We're back.
So,
Rant Ray out.
okay, yeah. So fucking, there's like, I get that all the time where PlayStation, where like people really like the GameCube controller. Like, no, the GameCube controller is the best layout, and I'm just like, it's clearly not, because if it was, then everyone would use it, and no one uses it anymore. So like, even Nintendo sat down and was just like, you know what, this is not the way to go. This was a bad call.
You gotta take into account, Nintendo's had some interesting ideas for controller layouts.
Yeah, and like, someday I'm gonna make a video about it, because like, I always wanted to make a video series that just talked about how stupid Nintendo's controllers are. Because they're always have some sort of gimmick to them. The only ones that didn't have some sort of stupid gimmick is the NES controller and the fucking Super NES controller. They're the only ones that are just normal fucking controllers. Every other one of them are dumb. Like the fucking N64 has 3 handles. The fucking...
Yeah, what was the purpose of that?
It was so... Really, it was because Nintendo wasn't sure if 3D games would catch on. So they designed the controller so that if 3D failed, it could easily just be used as a 2D controller.
I like that.
Because they put the 3D stick in the center of it. So it was like, if it failed, then you could just hold it like a normal controller. The problem with that is that, because they didn't invest fully in their gamble, all the 3D games now play with half of the controller, and your hand in the middle crushed up against your other hand. Again, I want to like make a video series talking about all the problems that Nintendo has caused for themselves, because they have to make their controllers special. They can't just make a normal... They have to make them special and unique.
Spelled with 2 U's and a Q?
Yeah. Also, I can't say it's the PlayStation... I said that in the last video. I said it was the PlayStation layout. I can't say that, because technically it is Nintendo's layout first. Because the Super Nintendo did the Diamond layout first. The thing is that they dropped that shit, and then every other controller company, every other game company was like, why would you drop that? This is brilliant, and then took it. Like,
Cream and chow here, Chris.
Cream and chow. Because from what I remember, at least from the big boy consoles, it was... The NES did it first, and then for some reason Nintendo was just like, this is dumb! Let's do something totally different. And then Sega, a lot later, was just like, no, that's a good idea, we're stealing that shit and putting it on the Dreamcast controller. And then, oh, actually, before that, PlayStation came along and was just like, yeah, no, we're just taking that. And then analog games became a thing because of Nintendo's analog. And then PlayStation sat down and was just like, hey, alright, so we need analog sticks now for 3D games. What's the most convenient place to put in there? Like, how about, like, right down next to the D-pad? So that way you can easily switch between the two of them. And they're like, that's brilliant. And then Nintendo never got that memo.
They missed out on that, that piece of advice.
Yeah. And then started making all their controllers really stupid. It's like, let me just go on my alright, I'm going on my tangent for GameCube controllers. So, GameCube controllers, right?
Yep.
Good core idea. Poor execution.
Yeah. I liked the goose stuff.
I liked the idea of it, but you didn't follow through properly. It's like...
Yep.
So, my biggest gripe, I think, with which... people who even like the GameCube controller can't defend this. The D-pad on the GameCube controller is awful. Because it's super tiny. Like, it's really small. And then they sunk it into the plastic. Like, there's a, like, indent, like a crater.
Yep.
And then the D-pad is down inside that crater, and it's like, why would you do that? It's like, you just made your D-pad even harder to push on now, and that was already a problem because the thing is microscopic. So you can't play 2D games on the D-pad at all. Like, you have to use the analog stick. The D-pad is literally on there just for show. It is unusable.
Yeah.
Like... Which is why even when the Game Boy Advance adapter to play Game Boy Advance games on your GameCube is a pain in the ass because the D-pad sucks. Like, Like, you just want to use the analog stick because they made the D-pad so small and they shrunk it really down into the plastic. Which just makes it hard to use. So there's that. And then they were just like, dual analog sticks are the way of the future. We need 2 analog sticks. And they were like, what if we just put a nub as the second one? We'll call it the C-stick. And it's like, yeah, no, that's great, thanks. I hate you.
It's so true.
It's like, what if we just put a little nub stick there instead of, like, a D-pad? And it's like, well, that will make all third and first-person shooters unplayable. And he's like, that's fine. Who plays those anyways? Every first-person shooter immediately takes off and is wildly successful, but who plays them, right?
I don't even look at them.
I mean, they're dying out now, but they couldn't have picked a worse time to do that. Because they're just like, no one uses the second analog stick, no one plays first-person shooters. And then immediately, first-person shooters took off, because that's when Call of Duty had its first, like, 2 games. It was during the GameCube era, so it was like, fucking, goddammit, guys.
I get that. There's more.
Now let's talk about the face buttons. The face buttons are an excellent concept and executed horribly. So the idea was, make the A button huge, because that's the button you're going to use the most. And then make the B button really small, because I guess that's the button you're going to use the least. But if you ask me, that's really dumb, because that's the button you use the second most, because it's your cancel button. But I guess it also makes sense to make it small, because if the B button is small, then your cancel button is small, so you don't accidentally cancel out of things. Which, I mean, again, if you're using the diamond layout and you're not stupid, you're not gonna do that anyways. So, like, okay. Not to mention that Nintendo, I'd like to point out that Nintendo is also the only company that uses the diamond layout incorrectly. Because they have A, B?
Yeah.
Instead of B, A? So, when you want to press confirm, it's the right button instead of the middle down button.
You don't, I'm gonna be honest
every
with you,
other
I've
game
been thrown off so much
Yeah.
with that.
I can't tell you how many games I play on Nintendo where I'm going to hit A to accept and I hit the B button because the A button's on the right on the Nintendo's controllers, and they're the only company that does it, and I fucking hate it.
It throws me off occasionally when I'm using it.
See, PlayStation ironically made the best call because they didn't letter their buttons. They just made them symbols, which means as a game developer, you can put them wherever the fuck you want.
Yep.
And like, so you can automatically make them make sense. I mean, it makes more sense in... See, ironically enough, Xbox has the reverse of this problem in Japan. Because in Japan, Xbox is the only console that has their confirm button as their cancel button.
Yep.
Because in Japan, it's switched, where circle is confirmed and X is deny.
Yep.
So in Japan, Nintendo's controllers and PlayStation's controllers work the same way, and Xbox is the one that doesn't. But in America, which is where we live, it's the reverse, and Nintendo's the only one that doesn't make sense. So it's very annoying. I wish they picked like a set game plan and went with that.
Yeah.
But whatever. Man, Mario gained a lot of weight.
Yep.
It's... Okay. Back to the controller, right? So fucking...
Back to my rant!
So... But the B button is the button that you use the second most because it's your cancel button. And I don't know about you, but I use the B button in video games more than the A button because I play a lot of dialogue-heavy games, like RPGs and stuff. And when I go to talk to a townie, if you mash A trying to get through their dialogue, you're going to accidentally talk to them again. So I mash B...
Yeah.
So that I don't accidentally talk to him again. So in my case scenarios, I use the B button way fucking more than the A button. Like, to an absurd level. Like... So making it really tiny is just annoying. Like... And then on top of that, and I'll give Nintendo credit. They stuck to their guns. Oh yeah, we finally got the one. Nice.
Yeah.
I'll give Nintendo credit. They stuck to their guns on first-party games, for which buttons were used the most. Except for if you, I'd argue in Smash Brothers you use them equally, so it's stupid in that game too. But in most of their first-party games, the A button is like the dedicated jump button, or the dedicated talk to people button, or the dedicated like action menu button. So it like, okay, like that's fine. But I've learned that in most third-party games, the A button is not the most used button. It's normally the B button that's the most used button.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, I would have agreed with them, but developers didn't agree with them. Like, Nintendo was like, A button's the button you're gonna use the most, so we're gonna make it huge. And then game developers were just like, nah, we're gonna use the B button. Like,
we're gonna do what we feel like.
We're gonna do what we want, and you're gonna fucking deal with it. Like, so again, it comes down to a lot of like, I like the idea, but it's like people didn't listen to. Yeah, in practice, people didn't listen to you, so like it just makes you look foolish. Then they got the stupid Z button that they only gave you one of.
Yeah,
which put them at a huge disadvantage because they had less buttons than every other controller on the market, including the Xbox controller, because they didn't have like bumpers originally, but they still had the black and white button.
Yeah.
Which could be used as bumpers if they really wanted to. So it's like, why? Like,
because Nintendo Land.
Yeah, like, it's like, so now we got the one Z button, and it's like, you could have just put 2 Z buttons. Like, even if they did the same thing, at least it would have been, like, better for people who just want to use the left finger instead of the right one. It would have been more convenient for people. Like, whatever.
That's happened to me when I picked up the GameCube controller again. Once or twice.
Yeah, like, it's just like, alright. I mean, it's fine, but it's like, you could have just put 2 on here. In fact, a lot of third-party controllers that I've seen have 2 Z buttons.
Yep.
Because, like, it just makes sense to do it that way. The only thing I'll give them credit for is that it is an extremely comfortable controller. It is very comfortable. Like, yeah, dude, you got your ass kicked there.
I don't know what I'm gonna do here.
But, like, it's extremely comfortable to hold, and the trigger buttons feel nice because your fingers, like, caress in the buttons, because they're, like, swerped. They're very comfortable controllers. But they're just really dumb layouts. Oh, and the fucking X and Y buttons around the edges of the controller. I complain more about them, but no one fucking uses them. No one fucking uses them. Every fucking Nintendo game, I swear to God, uses A and B, and then, like, X and Y do, like, extra things that you don't really need. Like in Smash Brothers, you can have them, they're your jump buttons, but, like, up on the analog stick is the jump button. And you can't turn up on the analog stick off anyways, so it's like, whatever. And then, like, in fucking SSX Tricky, the X and Y buttons are your reset buttons that put you back on track if you go off track. Which is like, that's a horrible place to put them. Yeah, let's put 2 reset buttons around the A button that's used to jump, the most used button, according to Nintendo. Let's put that button that people hit the most. Let's surround that button with resets to reset your position and lose your tricks in your fucking... But yeah, that's just what I'm talking about, where I'm just like, game developers did not use your controller layout properly. They were also the only game company that didn't have a select button. So most of the time, the X and Y button were just used as the select button.
Yep.
Like,
because it's the start select button.
Yeah, the start select button, and it's like, god damn it, why do you only put 1 start button? A lot of companies have done that. Don't do that. Like,
just don't.
Like, just put a select button.
They had one in previous things, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and then they got rid of it on the N64, and then they, like, just kept getting rid of it all the way up until the Wii, I think? Because the Wii had the plus and minus buttons. Yeah, so... Yeah, so does that. Because it just makes more sense to have a plus, to have a start and select. PlayStation got rid of their select button, but like they also have a touchpad now that most companies just use as the select button, so it's like whatever. God, you want to talk about stupid shit? The fucking PlayStation 4 touchpad is so stupid.
It's a Rathalos.
It's a Rathalos. Oh, we're all gonna die. That was like... The PlayStation 4 touchpad is a perfect example of like, we put this on the thing so developers can use it, and all the developers were just like, for what? Yeah, all the developers were like, for what?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I liked the idea. Didn't like how it isn't used.
In all fairness, at least, see, here, the difference between Nintendo and Sony's problematic shit is that, like, Sony adds stuff to their shit that people just don't use, but it doesn't get in the way.
Yeah.
Nintendo takes shit away, and then it's just like, this is how it works now, and people are like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
But, well, because, like, the Smash Brothers, not Smash Brothers, because, like, the PlayStation 4 controller was just like, we got rid of the select button and put a touchpad, and then game developers were just like, but what if we want to use, like, the select button? It's just like, just put the touchpad. Like, when you click the touchpad, just use it as a select button. It's like, alright. The controller still functions the same. They just moved one of the buttons and made it huge for some reason and touchable. I don't know. It doesn't make sense why they did it, but, like, it didn't take away from the original experience either.
I feel like I hit that a few times when we were playing, when I was playing, I'm blanking. Stranger Things.
Yeah. Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Well, because it opens the menu to a specific page. I think it's the text page for your cell phones. I don't remember either. But like,
oh, I hate these things.
But you get what I mean. Like, the whole thing with it is like you push the button, and then it just works. See, Derek's making the right call and just not moving, because those things invert the controller and it's
terrible.
Rambunctious. Rambunctious evil mushroom.
Spray opponents with it to reverse their controls.
It's just reverse evil mushroom. Everyone knows about the Burger King foot lettuce, but no one knows about this.
Oh boy.
I think that's a dead meme now, but man, that's funny shit.
I fucking love dead memes.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the Shaggy meme.
Same. Shaggy meme is not dead meme yet, as of recording this video. It
will never be dead meme in our books.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, maybe
it will be dead.
Did you hear?
What?
I mean, it's been disconfirmed now, but like for a while, it was looking like Shaggy was gonna make it into Mortal Kombat 9, and I was like, yo, that shit needs to happen. And it would have been so easy because fucking Warner Brothers owns Scooby-Doo and Mortal Kombat, so all they need to do is sign a fucking piece of paper that gave them the rights to do it, and it would have been a sign from someone inside their own company. Like, it would have been so fucking easy to get. And they should do it because fucking... It's not like Scooby-Doo is strange to, like, really fucked up dark, like, stories. Has anyone seen the, like, Scooby-Doo Apocalypse comic?
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
Like, they fucking, like, Fred is dead in it right now, and fucking, like, Daphne is on a, like, death crusade to kill all the zombies and revenge for Fred and shit, and, like... Scrappy-Doo was turned into a mutant fucking, like, jacked monster that just kills everything. It's amazing. Shaggy is not shown his true powers in it, but there's still time. But, like, it's not like Scooby-Doo's, like, a stranger to dark-ass shit. Like, they should totally put his ass in fucking Mortal Kombat. Just imagine this, right? His fatality, right?
He just shows 10% of his power.
For his fatality, they go to try and do an attack. Shaggy fucking blocks that shit with, like, he swipes at the air, the dude's punch goes flying, rips his fucking arm off. And he goes
3% of his power.
He goes, oh, not bad. You made me use 3% of my power. Dude. And then fucking gut punches them, and their guts explode and go flying like 100 miles an hour. And then Shaggy fucking puts one finger on the dude's forehead and his head explodes. And I'm just like, fucking greatest game! Like, how do you not sell that? It's like,
Oh.
like, that would be the fucking, like, he just punches him, his fucking guts go flying. Like, they just, like, into space. Like, they just go flying, like, off screen. Character drops to the knees, he just puts one fucking finger on his forehead, and his head fucking explodes. Like, the fucking Amoiwa no Shindeyu bullshit. Like, best shit ever. I would buy 100 copies of that game if they did that.
I didn't even move or attack there.
And Marth wins by doing nothing meme.
I threw the thing, and that's all I did.
You should have been playing Luigi and just, like, not move.
Oh my god, I love the Luigi. Does nothing. He wins
by doing nothing. Greatest joke ever.
I saw a video, the guy made a video of that meme, but versus level 9 CPUs on this game. And I'm like, why is this the best thing ever?
Right?
Oh no, he parried me!
Oh no, he parried me. He fucking hawks a flower at him.
Honestly, just chucking this at the
It's
AI
way
is
more effective.
so broken.
Yeah. It's actually one of the best, like, throwing weapons in the game, I've noticed. Have you noticed that most melee weapons are way more practical if you just throw them at the enemy instead of actually trying to hit them with it?
Because the AI doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
Right. It's...
Victory!
The victory screech!
Oh god, I'm dying.
But yeah, fucking... Someone make... I know everyone's disconfirmed it, but someone make it happen. Someone go put Shaggy in Mortal Kombat 9.
Somebody's gonna mod the fuck out of that.
Like, they already put Alter Instinct Shaggy in one of the Dragon Ball Z games. I think it was like Xenoverse 1
yeah,
or 2,
somebody made it.
and it's so good.
It's the best thing ever.
It's like Alter Instinct Shaggy versus Beerus. Like,
No, it was versus
Destruction.
the Grand Priest.
oh yeah,
Who is
right.
legit the second strongest character in the entire world. Oh, I love it. I love fucking memes.
It's like... It's the one time I wish I had a perfect, like, Shaggy Shaggy impersonation, because I would just do
Yoinks,
that all
dude!
day.
Yoinks, dude!
But it's just like Zoinks, man, you almost let me use 10% of my power. It's like, I can't do it. I wish I could do it, because it's so
Yoinks,
funny. There's probably someone on the internet who's just, like, recorded, like, a bunch of perfect Shaggy voices, like, saying
without a
shit
doubt.
like that, and, like, put it out there on the internet for memes. I would hope so, at least.
It's only 10% of his power.
That's only 10% of my power. He can't use 100% of his power, because if he did, he would destroy everything.
It would just destroy the entire
It would
universe.
destroy everything. There would be no chances. Alright, and with that, we're gonna have to call it quits, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.